Okay, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Red Lion Specialist Cars, Highland Whiskey Clan, and one-to-one boxing gyms. Mr. Glover, how
What's
are you,
happening?
sir? What are we doing here in Dublin?
We're in Dublin, yeah, flew in from Istanbul this morning.
Flash gear.
After 2 weeks in Kazakhstan.
As you do.
As you do, yeah. No, had a great experience in Kazakhstan. We were over there with Bachazan Dukenbayev, 24-1 now, and he's ready, really ready for the world title next. I'm helping out with him, and he's fantastic fighter. Before Ken Gardner, Ken gave a great account of himself.
Yeah.
So he's going to look to fight for the world title next, really. Whether that be an interim or something along the silver, but he needs something like that next. So we're working hard to get that done for him at the back end of the year. Signed some talents over there, so we've got some big news coming on them. Some top kids, undefeated kids from Kazakhstan, and then went via Istanbul because I wanted to go to mosque. Fancied it. And then
as you do.
As you do, and then come to support Jay Burns. And DAZN, Conlon Sport, they're putting on a great little event here. Proper boss for the local audience, and on DAZN, it's really, really good 50-50 fights. And, I come up watching fights like this in the Olympia in Liverpool, and in Glasgow and places like Bella Euston Leisure Centre in Glasgow when I started on the business side of boxing. So to come back to this standard of event, which is a top domestic show in my opinion, it's great. So, and you can't say no to Dublin, can you? Nice little Guinness.
Well, I don't need to ask you anything because you've done the whole fucking interview, haven't you? It's done and dusted.
I'm a born promoter.
Listen, as you mentioned, we're here in Dublin. Jay Byrne is putting on his first big show alongside Conlon's. First big TV show. He's really, really done well in the first 18 months, hasn't he? He's put on some very, very good shows. 50-50 fights all the way through, and we don't see that often nowadays.
No, absolutely not. It's I think it's great for boxing. Like you're sorting out the contenders from the pretenders, which is good for boxing.
Yeah.
And they're coming in, they're having a go, they're selling the tickets, people are enjoying it, and now it's going to get that exposure on a bigger platform like DAZN, which is really it is the home of boxing, isn't it?
It's where everything's going now, isn't it?
It is, and to be on DAZN, they're going to watch these standard of top domestic 50-50 clashes, and hopefully people take note and go, that's how you run a show, because I think the format is how you run a show. That's how it should be done. And and if you lose at that level in a boss fight, you come again.
Exactly, you got a chance.
You've got to come back, and if you put on a good performance and you're an action fighter, you'll always get another chance. And that's what's good about these events. So I couldn't be happier to be here to support it. Yeah.
Well, listen, a little bird tells me you've got some stuff going on overseas very shortly.
Yeah, I have.
Do tell me.
Yeah, I've got a bit from Kazakhstan. Falcon Promotions, Sport Promotions, we've launched now in association with the DHA, which is the Defence Housing Authority in Pakistan. So we, mine and my partner Danny Vaughan, our fighter Mohammed Wazeem, challenges for the WBA World Gold Bantamweight title on May 10th in Quetta. It's the first version of a world title that's ever come to the country, and if Waz wins, which God willing he wins, he'll become the first Pakistan-born champion of the world, or winning a version of the world title with the 4 major recognised bodies. So it's absolutely massive, and we've got a lot of kids on the undercard as well.
Bobby's on, isn't he?
Bobby Faulkner.
Love Bobby.
Bobby Faulkner, for me, he's the best kept secret in Manchester boxing. Absolute top talent and a boss kid. You've got Tarek Zania, who fights Marvin Escudero. Marvin's for people like Kenichi Ogawa. So it's a really good 50-50 fight. Jesus Sriracha comes in against Joseph Montano, who's also been in top 50-50 fights, coming off a great win for the WBO Global welterweight title. Jesus Sriracha's been with me and Ray Fryer's manager for years now. He's beaten some of my fighters. Every time he fights one of my guys, I go, fucking hell, he's going to beat. Sorry.
Right.
He's going to go, fucking hell, he'll win here. So, but he's all action. Alex Domagani comes back really at 130, and he's now back with Anthony Crolla, so I'm delighted for that. Jimmy Kelly back. And it's Sahir Iqbal as well. So and we're probably going to get Sarkhan Aliyev, who was, I think he won bronze in the Worlds. I don't know what year it was. About 3 years ago, he won his world bronze medalist.
It was at 2021, I think.
Yes, Correct, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's with myself now. I'm managing him with his coach Timo. So making some moving differently, and boxing without borders. That's what the event's called, and it really, really is. It's a global sport. It's a wonderful thing. So I'm absolutely delighted to be running that show. Yes, along with also our partners Manny Pacquiao, Sean Gibbons, the legend.
Name dropping now. You're name dropping.
Bit, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
But he's a legend.
You just dropped another name, Mr. Crawler. He's here today. He's got a fighter out, hasn't he?
Yeah, the Owen Lavin's fighting here tonight, and I think Owen's a top kid. He's a great amateur fighter, and he's with 258. They take great care of him, and Frank Warren, Queensbury, and I really think that fighters like him, fighters like Yohan and Garen Croft, they're William Crawler. There's such a Rhiannon Dixon. Obviously, she's won the world title, but there's such good kids coming through Anthony's gym, and I like to take some of the fighters I work with, like James Metcalf, up to spar with Anthony's kids, because it's just great people, great work, and that's what it's about.
Now, a friend of you and mine, we have a mutual friend, Mr. Terry Spencer.
Good kid, Terry, yeah.
He's got a great gym over in Widnes.
Absolutely.
And he's just starting, after a lot of hard graft and a few years, just starting to get the recognition as a young coach. Yeah. He's just got a few of the Queensbury boys over there now. He's got
Nelson Birchall.
That's it, and William as well.
Yeah.
I think he's got Nelson's full time, but Nelson goes over there. He's got William.
Yes.
And he's got Leon Williams as well. He's really doing well, and it's really good to see the UK's young coaches actually getting trusted by the big boys now. Absolutely,
because I've known Terry for 7 or 8 years, maybe longer. Terry's a boss kid. And he's put the graft in. He's worked. I remember when he had his little shed at the back of the Moorfield Social Club, and he's a boss, like small ring, and he's a boss lad. And he's put the graft in. He's put the hours in. He's put the time in, and that's what boxing should be about. It should be a meritocracy. It shouldn't be like, I've been around forever. Yeah, and done what, mate? Fuck all. You've got to get better. You've got to be humble. You've got to want to learn the craft. Terry's a student of the game, and look, I had so many feet. I was drowning as a kid, trying to earn a living in this industry, and I had people's foot on my head. I know how hard it is to get a chance. I went to America for a chance. No one gave me fuck all in the UK. I had to go to the States to get it. And people like Terry are battling to get that recognition, and they're getting what they deserve, because they put the work in, they put the time in, and they deserve all the success they get. He's from Bayars as well. I lived not far from him, so fighters, coaches like him, it's great to see, and you're going to see other top coaches. I think Robbie Davis Jr. is going to be one of the best coaches out there moving forward. He's working with Anthony now, and that was always the plan after his retirement.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Robbie's working with the kids.
It's a natural fit
now
as well, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, proud of that one. Wink, wink. Proud of that one. But no,
you're taking all the credit here. Look.
Oh, fucking right, I am. Been away for 8 years. Good afternoon. I'm going to come home. I want my flowers, mate.
Hey, listen, I've seen your efforts at being a Ringo earlier when you dropped everything out the back of the car. Shocking.
Ah, mate. No, well, like Robbie's going to be an amazing coach, Terry, and that's what it is. It's about the next generation who are, for me, humble enough to want to learn.
Yeah.
Because there's so many who think, I've been around 20 years, yes, like I said before, and done fucking what, mate? You're doing the same shit you're doing 20 yeyears ago. How'd that work for you? You won't fuck all. These people sit and study and learn the game, and the students of the game.
And the game changes all the time, of course.
It's an evolving industry. It's always evolving. And that's what's beautiful about it. It's always changing, and you've got to change with the times. You can't, the same shit that worked in the 90s didn't work now. So, I just want to see everyone grow, everyone do well, everyone eat. And if everyone eats, the business grows. That's how it should be. Not taking food off each other's plates.
Now, there's a couple of shows coming up. I want to ask you about a couple of the main events.
Go for it.
Boxer next week in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the return of my good friend Fraser Clark. And I'm looking forward to him coming back. And it's just a tick-over fight, I think. But we'll see him back in the big fights very, very soon.
Yep.
But the main event, of course, Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron. Now, lots and lots of controversy about the rings and the rounds that they're going to do and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, they're going to go and fight.
Yeah.
We all saw what happened in Saudi Arabia. Everyone's got a different opinion. This time, it's a totally different fight, isn't it? And people are forgetting that. Ben is going to be fit. Liam is going to be fit. What do you think of that fight? How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I think Ben's learned his lessons. I think his link up with Andy Lee, I think, is a great move. Yeah. Me and Ben spoke about that, Ben Shalom, and he said, well, what do you think? And I was like, I think Andy Lee is the guy. I'm not taking credit for that one. I'm not. But I
you
did
get strung up if you do.
Nah, I'm not having that one. But I don't know Ben personally. I don't know the kid. But you know, obviously me and Ben Shalom have a very close relationship. Ben's, he's my friend before anything else. But and I want to see boxers succeed because Sky Sports is good for boxing. But Ben Whittaker is, for me, he's a star. Whether you like him or not, he's a star. I think he will have learned his lessons. I think Andy Lee isn't going to train him if he's this much of an arsehole that people say he is. Yeah. And people on camera are different. And
Ben's very different behind closed doors, as you know yourself.
Exactly,
he's quite a humble lad. He's quite a nice lad. And he's a student of boxing as well.
But that's what it's about, exactly. And I feel like, it's a great fight. I think he's learned his lessons. I think Cameron maybe could have come too early for him in his career, honestly. Cameron's a good fighter, mate. Cameron was a top amateur, Commonwealth champion. And then he had the problem with the drug ban, which was terrible. He should never have had to go through what he went through. But I think Ben will just have too much. But you know what? I could be wrong. And it's a great fight, and everyone should tune into it.
And then Queensbury, 10th of May, the Kakachi League fight.
Same night as Mohammed Wasim. Can we just not forget? Thanks. Yeah.
Do you know what? He's a nightmare to interview. Listen, the same night as your fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a big fighter in Nottingham, and it's like winner stays on.
Yeah.
Mr. Kakachi, Mr. Wood. Look, everybody knows I know Mr. Kakashi very well, but I also know Lee, and they're both good lads.
They are, yeah.
This is going to be a 4 or 5 round shootout, in my opinion.
Do you
think? Yeah, I think they're going to stand in the middle of the ring and bat hell out of each other.
It's a great fight, Look, it's so hard because the clash of styles. I wouldn't stand and fight with Kakachi.
He's big, isn't he?
I think if Lee stands and fights with him, he'll get stopped. I think down the stretch, he'll get stopped. If he boxes him, he can win the fight. That's how I'd box Anto.
Yeah.
And I like both of them, so I don't want to disrespect anyone on a serious note. But he could. I feel like, can Lee keep up the pace? Can Lee keep the pace up for 12 rounds? Anto, he fights at a high pace. He's there all night. He'll be in front of you all night. And he's big. And he's big. Lee's not small, by the way, for the weight. Like, Lee was a monster at super bantamweight.
Yeah.
But I think Kakachi just does it for me. But don't be surprised if Lee gets the win. And of course, it's a great fight.
Of course, Anthony, his winner stays on.
Yeah.
Okay, he's signed with Queensbury, but if he loses, you know what happens. He goes backwards. He'll end up fighting Sugar Nunes probably. But there's a massive fight that's been circulating this week, and it's Tank Davis.
Wow.
Now that I don't know where it's come from, but I've heard it in 3 or 4 different places. Last couple of weeks, I was in Gibraltar. I've been, in the UK down at the York Hall. I've heard it 3 or 4 different times.
Yeah.
Tank Davis wants a Kakachi fight. Vegas. How about that?
Look, I'd love to see it. The likes of Lee Wood, the likes of Anto Kakachi, no one deserves it more than them kids. Look, at the end of the day, what Turki alalshik's doing for boxing is great for boxing.
I agree.
It's elevating the sport. The rumoured plans, I think, are amazing on how they're going to elevate the sport. So to get Lee Wood and to get an Anto Kakachi in with Gervonta Davis is great for the sport in both sides of the world. You're bringing 2 massive boxing communities together.
Yeah.
And these fighters will be paid what they're worth, because Turki alalshikh pays fighters what they're worth, and it's great to see. It's great for boxing. Let the fighters earn the money and fight the best fighters. That's what boxing's about.
Well, what a good place to finish an interview, my friend. Listen, we're in Dublin. Are we going to go and have a little beer later on?
Absolutely.
I wonder what you were.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Listen, it's always good to speak to you, mate. And thanks for giving us your time.
Oh, thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing how your boys do on the fight card and on the 10th of May.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much. Remember, May 10th, Mohammed Wasim becomes Pakistan's first world champion. First Pakistan-born world champion.
You heard it
Inshallah.
here first. Nice to speak to you, mate.
God bless, mate. Thank you.